My name is Steve Person. I went to UNL. I got here in '84, and I was an SAE and worked at the rail.
Beautiful. Same thing. What's your name? What year did you get here? What house are you in? Did you work here?
Yes. Okay. Scott Hove. Came to Nebraska in '85 as a sophomore. Went to Wesleyan my freshman year. Totally too small for me. Wanted the big campus. Came to Nebraska. Joined the SAE house. Same as this guy. About the same year. And then started working the rail in 1987. End in 1987. Worked there for 2 years. Met my wife here. Graduated. Had my graduation party here. Memories for a lifetime. And another tidbit: my youngest son Jacob works here. So
okay, question
the tradition continues.
Okay, what is it about this place? It's just a stupid college bar. Well, in your words first, what is it about this place? What words would you use to describe the rail?
Memories for a lifetime.
Yes.
You know, some of the best times of my life. And you know, this was kind of a biker bar before. Okay, when Steve came along, he was kind of one of the leading people that got this flipped over into a college bar. A bunch of SAEs were recruited to come be bartenders here. I think that tradition continues to this day as far as SAEs working behind the bars here. So, but memories for a lifetime. Never forget.
Yeah.
Never
Two
forget.
words to describe the rail. So, and say, give me your answer. Say the 2 words I'd use to describe the rail are.
Frickin' insane.
So say that. The 2 words I'd use to describe the rail are.
Frickin' insane.
Say that. Say the 2 words I would use to describe the rail are. Say that first, then give me your answer.
Okay, so the 2 words I would describe the rail as, it was frickin' insane back in the day.
Okay, how about you? What 2 words would you use?
The 2 words that I would use to describe the rail would be friendship and debauchery.
Amen.
Okay, so you were the front end of this thing. How'd that go down?
You know, there was this guy who I was friends with. He was a Sigma Chi. His name was Sean Sinner, and he rushed me when I was in school, and so, but I didn't go Sigma Chi. I went SAE, and so we were friends. He said, "Hey, I need your help to revive the rail," and so I was like, "Yeah." And so we made a plan: 50-cent draws, $2 well drinks, and we met with Mark Niemeyer, who's the owner, and he was more interested in going to bars, not so much running a bar. So he just let us run the bar, and so it's a bunch of college kids, bunch of buddies, and so I just started pulling in more SAE friends, and we just had the run of the place. It's kind of silly because, we shouldn't have had that much responsibility at our age.
It worked
but
out.
But it worked out perfectly, and that's why it was debauchery. We just had fun. And it was just laughter nonstop and hanging out with our best friends, running a bar at the bars at the same time.
Okay, so I read something in a message from you. Tell me about these tapes you made, about the music. What was that about?
So I'm a music guy. I love music, and so we needed to create a vibe for the bar. So I just and I was into just obscure music, and so that was kind of the vibe. And so I created these tapes, and it was the sound of the rail. And people it seemed to gel, and so it worked out. And I was doing what I love because I love music and putting music together.
Perfect guy for it.
And so it just kind of created this vibe, and people just started showing up. And then the next thing we know, there's lines out the door, and it's just like, as 2 people would leave, 2 people would come in, and there's like 40 people deep waiting to do that. And I'm like, this is crazy. Shots.
Where do you live now, and what do you do now?
I'm retired, and I live in Durango with my partner Joan, and we just walk the dog, and I'm making a rock garden, and just hiking and enjoying life.
How
Chilling.
about you? Where are you now, and what do you do now?
Live in Omaha, work for U.S. Bank. Been there for 29 years. Be my 30th year next year. So
There's a lot of stories too about the two of us
that we can't tell you.
that
on
we
tape.
can't tell you. And but we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And Tim Mosbach, and and Jeff Schald and Brian Papilka and
Yeah.
Mike Brady and
Jim Nolte,
McNulty, Greg Nelson. I mean, it was just this group of guys who were all friends, and we're like running the place.
And it took off pretty quick because these guys took flyers all over campus. The hook was the 50-cent beers, $2 well drinks. That got them in the door once, and it built. And I think it built within 2 to 3 months, where it was nothing to Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night was packed.
Yeah.
So
Have you guys always come back, or was there a stretch where it was like 10 years I hadn't come back, or you're like, no, we made a point after we graduated, every year we came back? What's your frequency here?
After I graduated, I moved to Washington, D.C. 4 days later. So I did not come back every year, but then I just started coming back more, just recently, kind of. But my parents have had we've had tickets in our family for 50 years. So I come back to a game maybe once a year. So, and I thought the Michigan game, because the Huskers are back and we're going to beat Michigan. So that's, it's like, it's not like
It's tough. It's tough.
the Zips.
yeah.
How about what was your after you're done with college? Did you come every year come back, or was there a stretch?
I lived down in Arizona for 3 years. But once I got back, was living in Omaha at least once a year for a game. My oldest lived down here, so this was kind of after SAE formal, parents' night, that type of thing. We always ended up here. So my youngest is here now, so more often, but at least once a year.
Okay.
Once a year. It's sacred ground for sure.
It really is. I mean, okay, so we're almost done. You guys are a treasure trove, so I'm trying to get as much as I can.
Oh, and then last
Please.
year, Joan and I walked in, and who's walking out but Scott and Jim McNulty, and we're like, oh, you're not leaving now. Come on back in, and we just went back in, and so it's just good stuff.
Okay, so I gotta ask you. So you first got into the rail in 1984, correct?
No, I came to school in '84.
When did you start?
87.
87.
Okay. Well, what was the last week or month that you worked at the rail?
I'm not good with chronologic stuff.
Pretty good so far.
Yeah, I mean, add 5 years.
It was May of '87 was your last week here.
That was when we started. That was when we started.
May of '89.
May of
when you
'89.
graduated.
That's probably when you graduated.
Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
I graduated.
Okay.
And then 4 days later to DC.
Okay.
So,
but 10 years later, this little bar you helped sort of get going, okay, was named the #1 college bar in Playboy magazine.
Yeah.
I know.
Wait, are you surprised to see this thing? I mean, it's iconic.
It is iconic.
From back in the day to what it is now. How does that make you feel? And did that surprise you?
No, it didn't really surprise me because it just got handed off to a bunch of great people.
Right.
And they just ran with it, and Tommy did it. Tommy, bought it,
Yeah.
and then Todd was here, and
It got handed off into good hands.
Yeah.
With Tommy, and when he took it over,
And then
he saw the value
Tim
and the potential in this.
We
and
all
what he's
worked
done.
together with Tim, and so we just it's just good to see these guys and hang out, and
Yeah.
just be able to spend time with friends.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
well, I'll have him say one line. This camera. Okay. Well, get together like you guys just were there.
Okay.
Right there, guys. Oh, yeah, the Catherine would say, congratulations, Tommy Mosbach, and happy birthday, happy 90th birthday, Rail. Congratulations, Tommy Mosbach, and happy 90th birthday, Rail.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Happy
Happy birthday.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Tommy Mosbach,
Mosbach,
and happy 90th birthday to the
Brass
rail.
And we'll do
The
it
brass
one more
rail?
time.
Yeah.
And we'll do it one more time
Okay.
from the top.
Okay,
right
it's
here.
congratulations and
then
happy.
Mosbach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy 90th birthday to the brass rail.
Yeah.
And action.
Congratulations, Tommy Mosbach, and happy birthday to the rail. That's 90.
That's 90 years. Happy birthday,
Okay,
Rail.
we can do that again. Okay, here, wait, no, just keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Okay, so Tommy Mosbach, yeah, you're doing a
Congratulations,
great job.
brother. You're doing a great
Congratulations,
job.
and happy
Happy
90th birthday to the brass
Rail.
rail.
Go Big
Woo! GBR.
Scott Hove, this is my beautiful wife, Cheryl.
And Scott, where'd you guys meet and when?
We met in the summer of 1989. She was the hot chick in the blue dress at the end of the bar. Gave her a free drink with her boyfriend sitting right next to there, and it was history after that.
Okay, does that sound right? Okay, what's your name? Who's this guy, and how'd you guys meet?
I'm Cheryl Hove. This is my husband Scott, and his story is true. We did meet at the Brass Rail. I was at the bar. Not sure about the hot part of it, but I had
Hot blue dress, absolutely.
frosted hair,
True.
and he has served me a drink, and my boyfriend was sitting right there, and he said, "Yours is free. Give me $5." To the guy.
What has the brass rail meant to you? Right to the camera.
Well, for me, going to the bars when you're in college is always fun. You meet up with your friends. I never thought I would meet my husband. And the cool part about it is my son, who is an SAE, now is a bartender here as well. So followed in his dad's footsteps and worked at the Brass Rail as well.
Right.
Charlie Dingman. I'm from Alliance, Nebraska.
Right a bit the whole time. One more time from the top.
Okay.
Go for it.
Charlie Dingman. I'm from Alliance, Nebraska. I came to Lincoln in 1972, walked on, played football here, and worked at the Brass Rail from 73 to 76, got into dental school, graduated, and went on with my life. Yeah.
Charlie, I don't think many people know what the brass rail was like in the mid-1970s. Tell us, what was the brass rail like in the mid-70s?
Okay, so 1972, when I came to school here, the Brass Rail was epic. It was the best bar in town. Crazy. And after I played football for a while, I became a bartender there and bartended for 3 years and just loved it. It was so much fun. And, place was packed every night, Wednesday through Saturday. Just
Was it a college bar then, or was it a biker bar? I've heard there's a biker bar.
No, it was college bar. College bar, totally. Wall to wall, you couldn't get in the place. It was crazy working there. It was a lot of fun.
Now, Charlie, it's incredible how this thing is. I mean, it's the 90th year of it. I mean, no business is open for 90 years, for God's sakes. What is it about this rail, just a dumb college bar, that resonates so much with alums and Nebraskans?
Well, it's probably just the fact that it's been here for as long, and it's just, it's got a culture to it, and it lasted. So everybody loves going there. And I'm sure that the kids that go there today love it just as much as we did, right? So it was fun.